How's it going, Sour? So last time we were in this campaign, things were going well. We were having a little bit of difficulty getting new havens to run missions on after liberating 2 fairly early. We had coil guns almost entirely built for 3 squads, if I remember right, which is like obscene. That is a lot of coil guns. We'd started side training. We were working, well, we hit tier 3 armor and we're working on the warsuit version. And I think that was generally what was going on. Campaign's going okay. And it looks like we have a light rescue VIP from Advent Cell. This is a liberation chain mission, and we've got a team of 6 fairly strong soldiers for a light guerrilla op, which is a bit different. Usually these are like, what the fuck? My XCOM just crashed the desktop. Hopefully the campaign's not broken. These are a little bit different because usually a guerrilla op is like 4 or 5 soldiers for somewhere between like 7 and 10 enemies, maybe 7 and 12. Like I said, hi to Dark Shane. Hey, see ya. HEOA, hey, Waterfeather. Scrumlet, hello. Lemmerlinoy. Walrus Custard, hello. Hey, Butlo. Hey, Zilrite. That exact color of green is just really difficult for me to read on the background that I use for my chat client. It's awkward. Hey, Lambda Project. Hey, Elohim. Hey, Niablos. Hey, Kreutzer. Dill Pickle, thanks for 22 months. Bomo show to YouTube. It's a tunny. So I slept about 14 hours so far today, and Zephyr has slept like with me the entire time, and now I've like moved to my office and Zephyr is like melted to the floor of my office. Oh, no, actually now it's bath time. It's a very cute cat. How's it going, Nagati Knight? Hey, NL7, hey, Crocketeer. Hello, thanks for the 16 months. One show to you as well. Alright, please don't crash the desktop again. We've tried changing absolutely nothing, and it worked. So that's cool. That makes a lot of sense.
We'll need to lock down the area, free the VIP, and evac the target as quickly as possible.
I tried petting the kitty. It's like too hot for cat pets. Zephyr appreciates my presence, but that's all that is necessary at this time. Hey, Synthesis. Hi, Code, hello. Yes, Rebelier, thanks for the year subbed. I appreciate it. Agbomo show to you too. Oh. Little cat is here too, she's by the window. Am I the same Jorbs as Gabby Spart's VOD Jorbs? I'm in Gabby's VODs? But I was on LSV's stream. Has Gabby captured some part of my essence and contained it to her VODs? Concerning. Oh yeah, show me both of those frames. Gosh. The slideshow of my soldiers right there was so inspiring. It actually reminded me of like being a child and having like elderly relatives demand that I watch a slideshow of their vacation. Yep. So, it is I think like a strength 4 or 5 region, which means we have to move somewhat rapidly.
Heading to that location.
Because the alternative is we die to reinforcements. The evac's way up there, the VIP's through here. It's quite a large map. You remember when you were a child and your life was lived frame by frame? The world was simpler back then, wasn't it? Links! Thanks for the 27 months on Bomo Show to you too.
Solid copy.
I should buy Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike would be so nice to have here. Just gives you some extra mobility for the first 2 turns of these missions. Because we are on a timer, you know.
Affirmative.
It'd be nice to roll out the gate a bit quicker. Playing the entirety of GTA 3 at 10 FPS. Oh my gosh. I bet I played some pretty low performance games as a kid, but I like wouldn't even have realized that it was low performance really. Wouldn't have even understood. How's it going, the Durkas? Say the Octor.
Moving to designated position.
Well, there are meant to be somewhere between 13 and 15 enemies on this map, but if we just never see any of them, I guess it doesn't really make the mission particularly difficult. This map is so big. We have to do a lot of dashing here, I think. Yeah, Action JB. Yeah, I feel a little bit better after tax day. It wasn't just taxes, it was also like, I don't know, my sleep got completely ruined and it's way too hot here and stuff.
Orders confirmed.
Ended up taking a couple of days off. It wasn't really even like conscious, it was just like, well, don't have energy to start streaming now, guess I won't.
Go, go, go.
Hey, K Hawkman. Hey, Radioactive Taco.
Something out there. Overwatch.
What happened with sleep getting messed up? I don't know.
Closing on target position now. Hostiles making the rounds.
How does sleep work? I read about a sleeper in R. Yeah, I really have no idea.
Moving on target location.
I think that probably being stuck inside
Activate haywire.
does not help with like having a regular sleep schedule. Hey, Brown Sox. We could control this. The problem with controlling a drone in this situation is it does grab a bunch more map visibility. And if we like pull a pod with a sniper snake way over here or something, it could be really difficult to deal with that enemy. So we'll just take the drone out and keep dashing up. I think that should be fine.
Heading there now.
The drone even died a Trojan. Well, that's a good point.
Will do.
It is possible that it will not, but it has no detection range right now, and if it doesn't die to Trojan, it will still be stunned for the turn that the hack ends. And we should have a shotgun next to it or something at that point. I wonder what, like, urgency of bug the fact that drones break windows was labeled as by the QA testers for this game. Bannon TV, thanks for the host. Hope you had a cozy stream today. Welcome in, everybody.
Moving.
Just chilling out and playing some XCOM here.
Stepping off.
Double time.
Could put the sharpshooter here, with the assumption that fighting starts very soon. I think our sharpshooter is good enough that he's usable without height advantage, and also he has a AoE cone attack. An AoE cone attack. So it's probably a reasonable choice to just keep dashing forward with him. The map's so big. Alright. That drone is dead. I wonder if the damage from Trojan scales off the level of gremlin you have.
Would make an ideal target for the Skulljack.
So it looks like there are 3 solo drones on this mission. And we've finally also found a pot of non-drone enemies. Good thing no one heard the big explosion. Oh, it's just drones doing drone things. You know how it is. Alright.
Rolling. On Overwatch.
I'm just gonna start this right now. This precision shot looks pretty good. Most likely we kill the most threatening enemy here in one shot. And we get 2 overwatches with the specialist. And the rest of our soldiers are pretty good at just doing something useful with their action from there. Yeah, that was pretty good.
It hit the plate. Position compromised.
So it ends up only being 3 active enemies. 1, 2, and 3. I don't have a guaranteed way. To deal with this shield bearer. That'll work though.
Understood. Moving out. Hostile neutralized.
NHL fan. Did we get Psy stuff when you weren't looking? Picked up some Psy soldiers quite recently. It's like the most recent addition to the squad probably. That plus 1 suit of tier 3 armor, but only 1 so far. You were looking, but your memory was wiped. Uh-oh. Sounds concerning.
Whatever you say.
If they could wipe our memory, I would ask that they wiped my memory of Skyrim so I could play it for the first time again. I bet the next game is gonna have like microtransactions or some shit. They're gonna find some way to ruin it. Hey, Dungsinski.
Moving to Overwatch.
Evening's going okay for me, Dungsinski. Wait, there's another one? Oh, of course there is. Yeah, I remember seeing that. Close combat specialist.
Did you see that one?
Next game you buy stats with money. Great, that sounds like good gameplay. I love video games, especially
I'm going.
ones like that. So we've killed 7. If we count this as dead, which it basically is. Killed 7,
Absolutely.
which leaves potentially 8 more.
Advent troops here.
They're not gonna find a way to ruin it, they're gonna find every way to ruin it. That's concerning. This looks like an okay action to me. Oh, the mech's one tile too far away, actually. It looks like the officer decided not to actually stand in cover, apparently. Or else the game's bugging out and not giving the officer cover. Can we zoom in and actually see? Yeah, the game's bugging out and not giving the officer cover. It's, like, unfortunate, but on the other hand, when it does that to our soldiers,
Feeling uneasy?
I don't like reload or anything, I just let that happen, so we're gonna let it happen here too. We don't mind cosmetic microtransactions. In general, I am quite in favor of people who make games being able to get paid for it, right? But there, yeah, but there are definitely some limits to how I'm willing to see them get paid for games. Full override. Friend of the trees, thanks for 5 months. Thank you to you as well. Nice.
We're good to go.
So that does two things. One, gives me a giant death robot. Two, perhaps even more important, it gives me a giant death robot.
Not too shabby.
So, pretty solid action overall is what I'm saying.
Confirmed. Killing it with fire.
That's a Master Sergeant, a specialist perk, Bold the Burb. So it's not like just any specialist could do that.
Take a good look.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Sir. Sir. Is something wrong? Oof. Okay, there is a sectoid commander in Fog of War somewhere. And it just made a lot of zombies.
Weak hit.
What a cool cover tile, look at that. Found the right spot. Is Jorbs the soldier? Not on this mission. We have like 3 full teams of soldiers right now. JNK, thanks for the 4 months. Magbamusho to you as well.
Looks a little ugly.
Sounds like a cozy vacation. Alright, well, fortunately, we don't have to like
Got your stuff
dash
here.
over and find that sectoid commander and stuff because we can just kill these. Wait, there were 2 of them on the same tile? Wait. Are you serious? What? I've actually never seen that before, I don't think.
Well, how
Well, it makes it slightly more interesting, but we're still completely fine.
Flamethrower engaged.
Sure thing.
Yeah, cast of.
Finally. You can't handle me.
You can't handle me.
Your body grows weak.
Soulfire is actually like a pretty solid ability to have in a squad, just at a level 1 Psi operative, so
That's how it's done.
that's cool.
Already there. That's how it's done.
Hey, Rainy Sleet, thanks so much for the sub.
Advent troops here.
We have a sectoid commander, and I don't know if that's a tier 2 trooper or if that's a tier 1 trooper, and the enemies have just gotten stronger at this point in the game. One of the two, though. I sort of want to run the specialist back for a skull mine here, but I do have like a VIP hack to do just in here. Seems like getting ready to do that next turn or so would maybe be a better idea. We have run and gun yet? Nope. And for some reason this tile doesn't see that tile, so that's pretty worthless. Alright, this turn's a little bit more of a thinker than last turn, because we have to go backwards to kill the sectoid commander and friend. There's another pod, which is probably like over here, I'm guessing. And we have to go forwards to get the objective, and we have to get out there somewhat soon. It was, what, 7 turns for the first reinforcements? So I'm guessing we have 4 turns for the second one, probably. Rescue Red, thanks very much for the 500 bits. Do I believe in a higher power? And why is his name Central Officer Bradford? We don't know that much about Bradford.
No problem, boss.
I'm just saying, like, don't... Be careful. Be careful making assumptions about his loyalties and stuff. I think it's fine to use these consumables here. Don't imagine they will be much more useful anywhere else this mission. Plus these enemies are... It's impossible for them to have loot because they're reinforcement enemies, so destroying the corpses like that isn't a big deal. Sorry. Just trying to get the bot started up while I play here. Let's pop this door. Ah, windows are opening. Oh my god. For some reason, this window is the width of 3 monitors. at the same time. So weird. If only you were here to see. How do computers even work? Alright. This has 3 of these? Wow. Okay, so you probably need to be running forward for the hack next turn.
No need to ask twice.
Someone should perhaps kill the sectoid commander. Somehow. Yeah, I don't know. Somehow.
Got it covered.
Yeah, it's going alright so far.
Absolutely. You're too close.
Combat music turned off.
On Overwatch.
Is there a way to permanently recruit a robot to your side? You can have robots permanently defending your havens for you. That's what the Master Sergeant Specialist perk does if you go for full override instead of just control enemy. Can't bring them on missions with you though. Well, other than the Haven defense missions where they show up
Not a problem.
just sort of automatically. When I hack this door, is going to alert any remaining enemies on the map to my presence. I think they already know though, right? It's a pod with a sectoid commander in it, and it made a bunch of zombies a few turns ago.
No need to ask twice.
It's a little bit weird that it hasn't patrolled into me yet. It's probably
Will do.
like either trying to flank me or like waiting just over here, trying to ambush me. Because sometimes pods will become wary of your presence but choose to do something other than run straight at you. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until next turn for this stuff. I wonder why we just zoomed in on that. Alright, one sectoid commander and 2 mutons. They were standing above us the entire time. This is spooky. I don't have that many Overwatches. I wasn't expecting 2 mutons to be the other stuff in this pod.
They're bringing in reinforcements.
Whoa. And that reinforcement drop is a turn faster than I thought it would be. Okay. Jackal Bunny, how you doing?
Hunt him down. Stepping off.
There shouldn't be other enemies on the map though. Right? 20, 18, 15, yeah. This is the max possible according to the like mission briefing.
Not too shabby. Looking for this.
Couldn't really have been much worse than 2 mutons. Like based on what we already knew there was.
System infiltration in progress.
How have we not skulljacked yet? There's just not much reason to skulljack yet, that's all. Starting to get a very, very good hacking stat, so these door rewards get more and more valuable.
Menace 1-5 status confirmed. VIP is in tow. Proceed to the extraction point. Right in the margins. By the numbers.
I think this haven already has full rebels, so it might have actually been better to take a 0. Because I think we might have cleared out Faceless in this haven too. Oh, speaking of Faceless, I want to be careful that I don't run my VIP into a Faceless standing outside. That's really not the tile that I clicked on. It's really, really not the tile I clicked on. Whatever. Thanks, game. This rocket's gonna clean this up now. I just wanted to get the VIP out of the cell in case it scattered and killed my VIP.
Target locked.
A little bit of a mess.
Heading out.
I think that tile was on fire a couple of turns ago. Now, like, the ceiling is caved in. Interesting stuff. Every grid-based strategy game eventually becomes chess if enough time passes.
On the move.
It's the chess of Dark
I've
Souls.
got it. Here I come. I've got eyes on Advent troops.
That is definitely between me and the evac zone. Technicals managed to run out of flamethrower charges. I could run over here and shoot a rocket. It's pretty hard for the rocket to scatter so badly that it misses everything here. Aimer style. Like, at the very least, we can kill our own robot. Maybe I don't want to kill our own robot. If it dies, it dies. Should you read to sleep? Or watch a movie to sleep? Just watch Jorbs and close your eyes. Listen to the sound of my voice, lulling you into peaceful slumber. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Heading out.
It was a pretty good rocket.
Shredded. We have multiple targets down.
The relaxed screaming of soldiers and explosions.
Target locked in.
Just A+ camera work there. A+ camera work.
We're through. You see that?
The regular cameraman was on break today, unfortunately.
Sure thing. Asset secure.
let's get out of here. We definitely had a little bit of an accident with the Sectoid Commander and Muton Pod. But I have Field Medic on the mission, so Zoe's not gonna take a relevant wound. And it looks like we can dash out next turn with everybody. Our sharpshooter shoot once this mission. He took the shot to start the mission. And then he just ran forward every turn, basically. Useful. I don't know. It was a good shot to start the mission. Killed a 15 health enemy by itself. He did use his, shredder gun or whatever, too. Hairstyle, thanks very much for gifting that sub. Boomo show to you, too. Twitch does a thing where when you host someone, it sets the stream to max volume. Are you serious? I cannot imagine that that's deliberate, because that would be obscene if it were deliberate. That has to be like some sort of mistake. Is social media just slow motion skull mining? I don't even know if it's that slow. Otherwise, thanks to the 22 months. Hogwarts show to you as well. Can we evac robot friend? If we had full overrode it, which was like a 60% instead of an 80%. I think it was 60 and change versus 80 and change. We would be able to evac it, and it would go defend the haven in the region. But because we only went for the control for the rest of the mission, we don't get to do that.
How many is that now?
If Twitch keeps screwing up, you're moving to Mixer.
Do this.
A good plan.
Solid copy.
Already there.
It's a good plan.
Good to go.
Gosh, imagine like making a site for streamers and then you just shut it down like overnight without telling them that you're going to do that. And like, imagine having a larger brand, like, imagine that action representing something that Microsoft as a whole
Status confirmed.
thought was an okay thing to do. Just imagine. Just... It's crazy to consider. Mixer was a tax scam, you will bet money on it. What if the money that you're betting is a tax scam, though? I don't feel like I can trust you. It isn't hard to do. All things are a tax scam in the end. That's the full lyric, right? I tried so hard and got so far.
Good work out there, Commander. The aliens must be getting
Alright,
nervous.
we got a promotion on our Psi Operative, we got a promotion on this Sharpshooter, up to Gunnery Sergeant. I've been taking Hunter's Instincts on these Sharpshooters just for the +2 damage on enemies who are not in cover. I think, doesn't this work on... Okay, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this might work on like mechs and enemies which don't take cover. I think the description's a little bit misleading, but I might just be wrong. It's possible I'm just wrong. You had 2 kids as a tax scam? My mother sometimes jokes that my 2 younger siblings were for PhD extensions. Yeah, it is quite a commitment though, having a child, it turns out. So, Fortress Training, let's stop this, let's grab you, and Stasis was a pretty important one. We didn't want Schism. Don't I want Solace? I think I do want Solace if I remember right. Let me look it up real quick. We're trying to build Psy-Operatives who just have the big 3 attacks at the end. The Void Rift, the Mind Control, and the Void Lance. Domination is the name of the Mind Control. So there's some sort of like, basically tree. And we need both Solace and Stasis in order to get No Lance, Domination, Void Rift. But Solace is already very cheap to get, and Stasis, the like length of time it takes to train these goes down as your soldier levels up. So we can get Stasis later. It's a very significant and relevant ability, but it'll take 7 days rather, next time, instead of taking 10 days. So yeah, I had 13 rebels in this haven and I'd cleared it of Faceless, so I was running a scientist. It's unclear, a little bit unclear that it was actually right to take 2 more rebels there. I have to run to the bathroom, so I will be right. I don't think there's much to do other than, like, we let our research go and we scan here. Currently there are no missions detected. So, yeah. It's not like we're gonna freak out about running missions at the moment. This looks pretty good to me. I could think about flipping off intel. No, we still have rural checkpoints up, which is making it so our supply rebels aren't doing very much. So we'll just stay on intel in these regions. Over 92% of the world population needs to use the restroom. Disgusting. You have enough aim for it to be worth training pistol perks? I don't really think so. So right now we have every soldier in base, which means that working out who's going in this AWC chamber is maybe gonna take a while. Could definitely throw a speculative covert on my Master Sergeant Specialist, and it's not like super useful probably, but it does show the next defensive ability, which could be a bigger deal. Phantom. Gunslinger. Dima Who? Hey, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a cozy stream. You're surprised that glasses are even allowed in the military. Gotta protect your eyes. Let's go Executioner on a Sharpshooter. That's actually a pretty valuable perk. And that way I don't have to keep on going through the entire tree. It's something that I'll want to train on that soldier eventually. It's a good perk, and also we'll want to see what the tier 2 offensive perk is to see if we maybe want to build a triple offensive perk Master Sergeant Sharpshooter. We already have one of those. First one's been doing well. Defend a Resistance Haven. This is a Strength 9 Haven. Fun. Fun. Yeah, I see wobbles. How is the stream going? I pop up in every stream you watch as a guest these days. Well, that's cool. Well, I do appreciate the raid, appreciate the love. You said over 92%, which could mean up to 100%. Well, it could mean more than 100%. If you want to get particular with me, if you want to talk about what's really going on, could mean any number. above 0.92. Operation Knife Face. Oh dear. Do you think that, like, the knife is, like, being thrust into the face, or do you think the face just sort of, like, has a blade protruding from it? Maybe that's just, like, an enhancement that you can pay money for. I keep headbutting people, but they won't die. Well, boy, do I have the implant for you. Any of you are not familiar with XCOM, it is a super sweet tactics plus strategy game. We have this entire strategic layer, a little bit comparable to something like Civilization or Total War, where we have havens and we research new weapons and so on and so forth. And that's all servicing this tactical layer where we put together squads and go on missions to fight aliens, and we're hoping to eventually free the world from alien occupation. There's a little bit of a twist on the defending against alien invasion theme, where in this game we actually already lost against the alien invasion. I could put PCSs into the 2 Psi operatives, but I'm not sure I'm quite ready to. Like, generally just taking a defensive PCS is going to be completely fine, so we could go advanced conditioning here and it'll be fine. Sure. Is this just Long War 2? It's mostly Long War 2. I've got a couple of cosmetic mods. I think this is a cosmetic mod, this squad select screen, if I remember right. What if you liked being under alien occupation? The burgers taste better, don't they? See, it's tricky because the reason the burgers taste better is they are human meat. And that's a little bit fucked up. We have some, like, ethical problems with human meat. When the tracking thing says it delivered something worth $100, but it's nowhere to be found. Gosh. So much of our society is reliant on the belief that packages will be delivered to the place that you have asked them to be delivered to if you send a package somewhere. Escapist, thanks for the 19 months. Mojo to you as well. It never says that they are human meat. Well, it wouldn't, would it?
Came in hot, and so did we. You won't have a concealed position for deployment on this one.
It wouldn't specify that generally. Generally, that's left unset. So this is the type of retaliation where we actually arrive before Advent does.
Go, go, go!
And then we have to run around the map, grab, looks like there are 9 rebels on this map. We want to rescue them. And then we have an evac zone appearing here 5 turns from now.
I'm on it.
Vancouver. Long War 2 is definitely not an easy game.
Location confirmed.
Yeah, so Long War 2, if you don't know, is a mod for XCOM 2, which sort of takes it from being a fun... Is Firaxis AAA? It takes it from being a fun, highly polished, turn-based combat game and sort of turns it more into a grand strategy game a little bit. Makes it much more complicated, much more in-depth, much less forgiving. Actually, I don't know, is that true? The thing is, you'll be punished for mistakes in this game more than you are in XCOM 2, I would say. But on the other hand, you can survive probably more punishment before you lose the campaign in this one. Like, there's an expectation that sometimes things go wrong, and that's built into the way that the campaign's balanced. Long War was not balanced for Legend. Long War 2 is balanced for all difficulties. Myself and X-Wins spent like several months balancing it for Legend specifically.
Got it. Moving.
Thank you, DJ Natty. Did I say that XCOM 2 was highly polished? I mean, parts of it are highly polished, right? Like, the crotch of that robot is very high detail, but it's unclear why the camera was showing us the robot's crotch. That's the tricky thing with XCOM 2.
Looks like they called in backup.
The noise woke you up. I'm sorry. Also, the snakes have boobs. Yep. That's because of basic biology. But it's unclear which basic biology. How do I kill this snake here? Keys? I'm sorry, there are a lot of ways that I could go with the different vowel and consonant sounds of that one. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Agbomo show to you as well. If you would like to give me like a pronunciation guide for that, I can do a better job, probably.
Okay, I'll go.
Each boob is actually an egg. A snake can lay as many eggs in its lifetime as it has boobs. That is peer-reviewed, actually. Yep. That is commonly accepted knowledge.
On your order. My mind is my weapon.
You no longer like snakes? Well, it's not a huge problem because most of them don't have any boobs, so they should be gone within 1 or maybe 2 generations.
Roger that.
The soldier who doesn't have any like equipment and stuff is the Haven Advisor. He, of course, was also here when the Haven got attacked. Gonna use him to run around and activate rebels.
On the move.
Gekeki. Did I get it right? Or is it Gekek
Moving out.
Kai? I'm gonna throw my assault sort of in the middle of everything
All over it.
so that she can run and gun to wherever the next pod shows up. Actually, same with this assault.
Absolutely. Here I come.
Why didn't the Haven Advisor run around and activate the rebels before we got here? Probably like busy doing something else. I imagine like all of the rest of XCOM's about to show up, so you probably want to like hide your snake porn mags and stuff, right, before they get here.
Got it covered. Advent troops here.
1, 2, 3. That pod is in the exact same place as the first one was. Interestingly.
Advent forces moving on our position.
But this one was only 2 enemies? Oh, that's not so bad. I appreciate it. I'm glad you've been enjoying the YouTubes. Oh, there are 3. What am I talking about then?
There you go.
This tile seems to be a recurring problem. Let's like throw an assault over there.
Stick and move.
That'll probably help.
Got it covered. That's right.
Sharpshooters are useful in this game. Well, we put an awful lot of effort into having very big guns in this campaign, and sharpshooters are the soldiers who are most capable of shooting guns at things, so that's where I am on that one.
Already there.
Moving to position.
The tricky thing here is often finding the rebels. Like, not moving next to them, but
Orders confirmed on the move.
actually tracking them down in order to move next to them.
Come get some.
No problem, boss. Overwatch.
Affirmative. Moving out.
Evacs arriving in 3. So far I'm doing okay. You're gonna dash to the absolute far corner of the map. And then hopefully you're going to be able to get back again. It's a Master Sergeant specialist with like all the equipment. So I would prefer that soldier to not die. Why do I not fear triggering pods every half step? Well, on this map there aren't any. On this one there are only reinforcements. So that's the explanation for why I'm dashing into Fog of War on this one. In other ones, in general in Long War II, there's the yellow alert mechanic, which makes it so that pods are dangerous even if they're in Fog of War unactivated. And so in Long War II, more so than in XCOM 2, you tend to move forward pretty aggressively. Because activating a pod isn't that much worse than leaving it unactivated in Fog of War anyway. Unfortunate that
Still moving.
this pod showed up over there all of a sudden.
Position.
Uh-huh.
Enemy eliminated.
Nice enemy. So our 2 sharpshooters kill 2 enemies every turn, and then the entire rest of our squad scrambles to manage to kill the last one.
If you say so.
Heading out.
Ooh, that was a really nice high roll. I think that was exactly lethal.
On my way. Moving to Overwatch.
Seems doable. On Overwatch.
Go, go, go!
Hopefully there's nobody else way over here.
Got it. Moving.
Wasn't there one, like, in here somewhere? I'm pretty sure I saw one in here somewhere as I was running. Yeah, right there.
No need to ask twice.
I think that's all 9. Cleaz, thanks very much for the sub. Alright. Now it's just a matter of getting everyone home again. If our sharpshooters keep getting 2 kills every turn, that shouldn't be too hard. If a pod drops where the sharpshooters can't see it, starts to get iffy. The rest of the squad has to scramble to remind the rebels that they're capable of moving on their own. I would be spooked in this situation. I would probably not want to, like, run around.
Locked and loaded. Compromised.
A chrysalid and 2 mutant centurions.
Fire's getting worse here.
They're bringing in reinforcements.
Precision shot is not back yet. Shotgun hit at that range. Shotguns aren't too bad, even at some range.
On your order. Your body grows weak. X-ray neutralized.
I'm glad that this game still entertains me in all of the silly ways that it still entertains me. Alright, Zoe Wilson has set herself on fire if she moves. It's too bad.
Running.
Guaranteed hit in an XCOM, I know. Don't worry, you still miss it like 50% of the time, of course. Hey, Sir Lancelot. Doing swell.
Okay, so I got one.
Yeah, so we're just gonna dash you to evac, I guess, and that'll be the only other move that you make. Oops.
Location confirmed. Got it covered.
I could have perhaps used a less stacked team here. One of the reasons that this mission's going so well is that I have no soldiers deployed, so I'm playing a retaliation with my A team, basically. In my head, I thought that the fact I was bringing 2 low-level Psi operatives meant that bringing the A team was necessary, but in practice, not really seeing that. Doesn't really seem to be true. Feels like it could have brought someone else. It's a strength 9 region. Yeah, I think that's giving more advanced aliens on the reinforcement drops. I think, maybe. I'm not even sure it is. Might not be making that much of a difference at all. It's Thomas. Thanks very much for the 5 months. I'm going to show to you as well.
On it.
On Overwatch, not on advent troops.
Where's my specialist?
Fire's getting close here.
This is
Is there a
Firebrand.
penalty
It's
for
time to
bringing
go.
too many soldiers in retaliation? No, there's sort of an expectation that you'll bring the full 8 that you are allowed. I guess you have to have them all available for a mission, would be the only thing. So if they're infiltrating somewhere else, they couldn't.
One down.
What is the Venn diagram of mutons versus mutton? It's just a circle. Just the one circle, yeah. You're actually too far away for your Overwatch to have gone off. That's why it didn't go off. That's concerning. So we got another couple of turns here, probably. Sniper rifle looks heavy.
Sure
I
thing.
think coil weapons are made from alien alloys and as such weigh far less than they look like they weigh.
Step back.
Is the endgame the same as War of the Chosen? Somewhat. Similar. Not identical.
Get some.
It has the same missions, plus I think it has one extra mission, and then the enemies on the missions aren't all the same.
On the move.
I should probably have moved directly next to that. I sort of forgot it was possible to miss. Because nobody has missed for like the last hour of gameplay or so.
The tissue melts away.
Psy Soldiers just got started. Like the 3rd or 4th mission with Psy Soldiers.
Let's do this. Copy that.
The like objective completed sound when you make rebels evac feels very dehumanizing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I treat rebels like they're game pieces all the time personally, don't get me wrong, but I feel like the game usually tries to present them as like human characters. So that sound effect is slightly jarring to me.
Scanning.
Too close to the heat. I'm
Enemies moving on our position.
Wait, did I get a turn off from reinforcements? Wow,
Copy that.
that's nice.
I'm on it. Ready to go.
I hope to see you again when I see you, Dingan newbie.
Got it covered.
Stay safe, stay cozy.
Not a problem. Ready to rock. Scanning.
I'm going.
Blech. Hello? Are you on fire? I just put you on fire. That's why you can't Overwatch. Okay, I understand. I understand now. Being on fire, the great equalizer.
Closing on target position now.
If they spawn out of vision, do you see them arrive every time?
10-4.
No, but you do hear a sound effect, and I'm pretty sure I didn't hear it. Although maybe they're like out of vision somewhere, and I'm just being silly. Maybe it played and I wasn't paying attention.
I'm on it. Advent forces on the ground. They're flanking my position. Just a little off.
Must try to land like a certain distance from your soldiers or something.
Enemies on the move. They're flanking us.
Because they were using that spot, and then I actually put soldiers by it, and they stopped using that spot. Yeah, okay. So they definitely did land the previous turn, and I just didn't see them. And now there are 2 Mutant Centurions and a Chrysalid on the map with me.
Inbound.
Whoops. So, can we get everybody out this turn?
Getting it
You're
done.
out if you want to be. I think we can get everybody out.
Moving on target location.
Oh, I probably should have used Oscar Mike there. It's okay, I can just command the soldier.
Absolutely.
Do you have... You're the assault with rapid
Sure
fire.
thing.
Please let... Look at where it's trying to move my soldier and where my mouse cursor is.
Go, go, go.
Please. Please, game.
Seems doable.
Good to go. Ten four.
There was a thing in the code for this game that wouldn't let you evac more than 9 soldiers in a turn. So in this situation, I would have evac'd all of these soldiers, and then I would have like
I'm spotted.
put more soldiers into the zone and tried to evac them, and it just like wouldn't have let me. I'm very happy that we got rid of that before this turn. Because having these 3 just stuck here would certainly not be great for them. Did we get everybody? We did get everybody. Got everybody, no wounds. Nice. A very odd restriction. It certainly is.
Operatives are secure. Firebrand returning to base.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Flying mechs return. Hopefully they will land again before we need them for the next mission. Do you think they actually go all the way to orbit when they do that, or...? Go all the way around the sun. What do you think's on the other side of the sun? Oh my god. What a crazy thing to think about. Kappa? I feel like I have to say Kappa there. Flat Earth has become too mainstream of a conspiracy theory.
I'm always pleased when the troops return without any reported casualties. Can't hope for a better
Another Earth perfectly obstructed by the sun. What is the other Earth like?